I'm going to hand over to you.
Yeah, hi, I'm Helen Hitchcock. I have a shop in Steyning called Sakala, and my shop came out of the fact that I have been working with women's projects and street kids in India for longer than I care to remember. I too am the wrong side of 50. I refused to go grey, so I dyed my hair pink, and it stayed that way ever since. And then, after I'd been wandering and I'd worn my body out, and I've now had 2 hip replacements because of walking in the Himalayas, I decided that I would do something that I always wanted to do. And that was wing walk. And one of the things I was going to ask today is, what's inspiration? When Lisa asked me to do this, what is inspiration? Because people come up to me, especially with this wing walk thing. I was asked by the guys at Radio Sussex at the weekend, you're inspirational, why did you do it? It's not inspirational to me. I'm just following my dreams and doing what I want to do. The fact that I hope some people are brave enough to follow some of the things that I do, if that's inspiration, then that's great. But I'm just having fun. So I decided I was going to wing walk. But Helen being Helen doesn't just decide to wing walk. I do a lot of work with a women's refuge in Pune, which is just north of Bombay in India. And as I say, I work with street kids all over India, and I spend a lot of time doing that. But I thought it was about time I did something back in my home area, where Sussex is not where I come from, but has been hugely generous to me since I've moved into the area. So I thought I would do something for Safe in Sussex, which is the women's refuge in Worthing, and Kangaroos, which is a charity in Haywards Heath for kids with life-limiting conditions. So I decided to do this. My other half then reads the criteria, only to discover that I have to be 77 kilos, which in old money is 12 stone 2. I was 14 stone, so what you were saying comes into play. I then ring my friend in Cambodia and say, do you want to do something silly? Just say yes. And she goes, yes. I said, right, we're standing on a plane next year. Okay. And it grew until we had 8 women and 2 gentlemen. So I did inspire 2 gentlemen to come and join. They only refused to wear the pink jackets. They have red ones. But they are honorary ladies. But my journey took 14 months. And in order to achieve my dream of standing on the plane, I lost 2.5 stone. I have done 60 PT sessions at the gym. I don't do gym, but I do now. So I'm fitter, I'm healthier. I hasten to add, eaten something like 75 tubs of cottage cheese, which nobody should ever have to do, and a whole field of lettuce. But I was more scared, I was absolutely more scared of turning up and doing the weigh-in and being told you can't fly. Standing on the plane didn't bother me at all. If you want to know what it's like to stand on a plane, it is a 1930s biplane. It has the equivalent of a bar stool on the top. You climb up, you wriggle up, and you stand on the top, and you have a 5-point harness that holds you in. And I put this, because I wore this to do it, I put my hand in my pocket, and I thought, what's that? They give you earplugs, because it's so flipping noisy. You need earplugs. And then you rattle off down this runway that's grass, and you get to the end, and then it just takes off. And you shoot down the runway, and it takes off, and you fly. And it's like being a bird in the sky, because you have nothing in front of you. One thing you should know about me, as a youngster, I used to race cars and motorbikes. I was incredibly stupid. Don't recommend it to any teenagers. Not a safe thing to do. Don't do that. But it does make you quite fearless. So the pilot, before we took off, said, "Do you want the safe, flat, easy flight, or do you want a bit of fun?" One answer. Fun. So we had fun. We flew up to 1,000 feet. This was above, on the edge of London, so we could see the Shard, we could see the Gherkin, we looked out over the Thames estuary, so there was the Dartford Bridge. And then at 130 miles an hour, we dive-bombed the cops next to the cafe where all my friends are standing. And I went first, so I felt very sorry for all the other 9 going behind me because they didn't know the conversation I'd had, and actually they could do it quite safely. You dive bomb the cops at 130. When you pull up, you're pulling negative G. So that's what it's like to fly on a plane. But what I would say is that yes, it was me that started it, but there were 8 other women, 2 guys. We all had our own journeys to get there. Another one of the girls also lost 2 stone. She was with my trainer doing the same things, except not eating cottage cheese. She ate broccoli, which is, no, that's wrong too. Not when you've eaten lorry loads of it. And the same coin, but the other side, there were other people who were way, way light enough to do it, but scared. So they actually had to overcome the mental challenge of getting on a plane and being shot down the runway and flying. I have to say there were also 2 ladies, one who was 70, one who was 78 who did it and joined in. So it wasn't just people in their late 50s who do daft things. And the other thing I would like to say is thanks to the people of Sussex, we have raised over £12,500 for those 2 charities. So, what's inspiration? It was the rest of my team. That's what inspiration is, and that's building team spirit. I've spent a lot of time in India. I live in and out of India. I live with that up-close, personal learning to take each day as it comes because you don't know what's around the corner. I've learnt about the kinds of things that you were talking about, diet, exercise. I drink coffee at 11 o'clock at night. Don't tell me off. I got to 50 and dyed my hair pink. And I would love to know what you can make out of the words on my back, but that's your problem. You can do that. But yeah, I mean, all I would say is just follow your dream. Shoot for the stars. Who cares if you miss? But follow your dream, and then you will be inspirational to the people around you. I think Lisa's an inspiration, given all the things that I know she's coped with over the past year. And she's an inspiration to take this on, and Athena, which is another group that I belong to with Lisa. And I was delighted when I said to her, "Do you think they'd like to listen to me?" She went, "Yeah, come." So I hope I've not bored you. Thank you very much for listening to my story. And if you want to come and join the madness, we're going to race cars next year. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do a bit of team building along the way. So we're going to pit the charities against each other and have another team and have a race. Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, exactly. So there we go. So bizarrely enough, all of my journey encompasses all of you. But yeah, all of you here are great. All of you are inspirational, and I'm delighted to have been here today. Thank you.